Hi everyone!
Hi!
Welcome back to our channel and to the first of two videos on the new Boucheron collection.
Yeah.
This is a collection of 6 fragrances that Boucheron have just recently launched, and we wanted to share them with you. So we're going to cover the 3 floral fragrances in today's video, and then we'll cover the 3 other fragrances in a couple of weeks' time, so stay tuned for that. First of all, a bit on Boucheron.
Yeah,
the brand.
Because Boucheron is a jewellery company, beautiful premium jewellers based in France. But they were a family business, started back in the 1800s, and they really kind of branched out. They're one of the first jewellery companies to branch out abroad and go and kind of gather and discover stones from all over the world. And one of the places that they went, which became kind of a real link for them and really important, was India. And there's a lot of Indian inspiration in the jewellery that Boucheron do and in the fragrances. So like in the past they've launched things like Jaipur, which is which I think is now discontinued as a fragrance, but Jaipur being a city in India. The reason why we're telling you that is because they used to send, or still send, these stone hunters out for really to the far-flung corners of the earth, looking for precious stones.
The best stones, so to quarries and mines all over the place. And the idea behind the collection of fragrances is that when these stone hunters would come back from these long trips abroad, they'd bring with them these precious stones, but they'd also bring with them other things that they found. So for example, they discovered like iris flowers, and they discovered vanilla pods, and you know, other exotic things that in the early 1900s would have been really, really special and precious. So should we get started?
Well, the first one we're going to talk about, actually, you may have seen us talk about. If you are a fan of ours and like the videos that we do every month for new launches, you will have seen it there. It's the Iris fragrance, Iris de Syracuse. And this one we did talk about, so I won't labour the point. Except to say that this one is all about the iris flower, but with a lovely sort of peppery note at the start to give a real effervescence, but also combined with a heliotrope note, heliotrope being that lovely sort of almost sweety, violety type flower. And we both quite like this. We like the powdery nature of the iris, and we feel like it's a really wearable one. I'm not even going to spray it because
that's the first one.
I've already been talking about it.
We'll link our other video below. The next one is Tubereuse de Madras. So I'll give you a good look at that one here. First up, just to say on the bottle shape,
we didn't talk about shape.
Obviously they're very kind of simplistic. Boucheron colours are white and gold, and they have this kind of double gadroon
it's quite a jewellery thing, isn't it?
Around the top, and actually engraved the Boucheron collection around there as well.
They're quite a big size as well.
They are, so
125
mil, which I don't think you would realise just from looking at the bottle.
Not. It's quite a chunky bottle though, isn't it?
And they retail in the UK £175, and they're all eau de parfum, to just give you an idea of that.
At the moment they're only available in Harrods,
yes,
but possibly in the summer I think they're going to other flagships. So
let's have a spritz of Tubereuse de Madras. So Tubereuse de Madras is, surprise surprise, based on tuberose from Madras. So Madras is a city, an ancient city in India, and it was one of the first places to cultivate the tuberose flower, which is actually part of the lily family rather than part of the rose family.
People always think that.
So it has a smell, more that kind of white flower heady smell, like a lily, as opposed to the kind of delicateness of a rose. The stone that this was inspired by as well is the canary diamond, so that the yellow diamond, because it's got a similar colour to a tuberose flower, which is kind of white and cream. Glowing.
They're not really pure white tuberose, are they? They're kind of off-white. I was just thinking, it's not, you know, when you say a tuberose fragrance, you immediately think of something that's really heavy and quite intoxicating and bewitching, but actually it doesn't feel on first spritz over the top.
No, it doesn't. I really like it actually. It has a lot of other floral notes, things like orange blossom, which is obviously very warm, and ylang ylang, which is quite exotic from Asia as well. So blended with the tuberose, it's very.
But it's got a kind of fruity note in the top. What is that? It's like sweet fruit.
Yeah, I think it's Smells like passion fruit.
It smells like passion fruit. It's passion
it's
fruit,
a little bit like of a cocktail kind of smell. Yeah,
definitely on first spritz. I really like it.
Yeah, it does have also in the dry down a little bit of vanilla, so it has a kind of sweet gourmand element to it as well. But yeah, it's really nice if you like white flowers.
Yeah. So I've got to show you another white floral. This is a Neroli fragrance, so the orange blossom essence. Here we have Neroli de Ispahan. In Ispahan being a city in Persia, ancient city. And Neroli, obviously, we've talked about in another orange blossom video. We've talked about what Neroli is. Ispahan is a city that's in a country that's very dry, lots of desert, and in the desert you get these lovely oases, and there's orange blossom trees, a bitter orange tree that grows in these lush green areas. So the stone that is linked to this fragrance is the peridot stone, which is a lovely bright green stone, and the idea being that Boucheron were inspired by that combination of the lush green of an oasis and the really refreshing, uplifting, radiant smell of the orange blossom essence. Which we have a spray of this one as well. Put this one on my other arm.
I'm a big Neroli orange blossom
fan. You
are.
So see what you think of this one. Okay.
Thank you.
This one actually, so it's got some ginger in it, this, which I can smell straight
away.
You can
smell the ginger. Even when you just sprayed it then, I smelled it straight away.
Ginger's quite an arresting scent. You've got
heat.
You've got warmth straight away from this. And coupled with the fact that you've got cardamom in there as well, which gives a sort of zing.
Definitely smell cardamom.
So at first it doesn't really smell overtly floral, and then you get that lovely kind of sparkle of the orange blossom, but it's combined with an amber note. And that what the perfumer's done is he's brought an amber note right into the heart of the fragrance, where you would discover, normally if you're discovering like the top notes of the citrus or the spices, and then you sort of, 20 minutes go and you start to discover the heart. Normally then another 20 minutes or so would go and you'd discover the base of the fragrance, which is where the amber normally sits. But we have Cistus labdanum, which is a type of amber, in the heart note with the Neroli. So the warmth and the kind of almost like the heat of the desert comes through.
It's not your normal Neroli fragrance.
No, it's not.
We've got Neroli fragrances from other brands that we work with, and they're very refreshing.
This is deep.
And it's quite spicy, and it does remind you of that area of the world. You know. I like it. I like it.
Do you know what? It's really nice to also discover an ingredient that we know and love so well in a different kind of recipe, for want of a better word, because actually you get used to, especially if we train a lot on the same ingredient, you get used to something and you think, I know what that smells like, and suddenly you spray something like this and it's really good to be surprised. So really nice warm orange blossom scent.
So those are the first 3 from the collection. Next time we'll talk to you about the other 3, which are a little bit different, non-florals. And we hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you all again soon.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.